I don't really remember. Like, I don't remember.
I know, girl, and I get it. I mean, I'm not doubting you, and so I don't want you to take it that way. If you truly don't remember, then I get it.
Doing counseling.
I've never been in that position. I don't know you like that. You know, like Carson, I can tell when she gets ripped. You know what I mean? I know where she's at. I know her like the back of my hand. Like, the people that hang around, I know
have him walk you through
like,
what happened that
I
night.
don't know you. I've never hung around you. You know, like, you've never hit on me. I've never hit on you. I used to make little fun jokes, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I just would do that, you know, and, you know, I just honestly thought you were gay, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just never purposely hit on you. I do think you're pretty. I just never took advantage of you.
I need you to literally just help me understand what happened. Like, from, like, all I remember is having the conversation about Asia and that whole thing, and going from that to waking up with your dick in me. Like, that's literally what I remember, and I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying, help me figure out how I got from one place to the other. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, I'll go from, like, all the way from the beginning to the end, you know? Like, we were at the Grove, and you were there, and I showed up with, you know, everybody, you know.
You rode with me from Patty's to the Grove.
Yeah, from Patty's to the Grove. But I'm saying we all went there as, like, a group. That's where, you know, Corey and Nietzsche and everybody was. You know what I'm saying? And so we all went as a group, and then you started talking to me about your contract stuff. And, you know, you were starting to ask me questions about your contract and, like, the way you structure it. You had it, I can't remember if you had it on a piece of paper, if you had it on your phone. I can't remember. But you had it, and you were like, we're charging them a certain amount, you know, if they paid up front. And then you were showing me, like, you know, if they made payments or if they made, like, 2 payments. And then you were just asking me questions about it. And we were sitting at the bar, and then that's when, you know, Corey was, you know, buying shots, and we were taking shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I'm not sitting here counting the shots. Like, I could have been wrong about that. Just like I could have been wrong about how long, you know, people were here at the house. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't planning on trying to remember, like, detail for detail. We were just having a good time hanging out at the bar. You know what I mean? And so then it's just like, after that, that's just where, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just started flirting with me, and you came on to me, and that's where, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the people that were around me saw. You know what I mean?
But what I'm saying is, okay, like, just completely honest. I remember having the hour-long conversation about Asia having herpes and that whole thing being a thing, and me telling you, even if I wanted to, I would need papers. Like, I remember specifically having the conversation at the Grove about even if I was interested in doing that, I would want papers. Because I thought...
You did mention that, but there's a certain point where, you know what I mean, what you said versus your actions were just different, and that's just where, you know what I mean, like,
what was
I wasn't trying to make you go back on what you said. I wasn't trying to, you know, make you, like, you know, like, forget about it or anything. It's just, you did mention that, yes, but were your actions saying that? No. And so, like, you know what I'm saying, like, obviously somebody like me, who I've never spent time with you like that, never hung around you, it's confusing to me.
This is literally what I remember. That conversation about the age, I remember the contract, I remember all of that, I remember the, hey, I would need papers because I'm paranoid, it would make me nervous, whatever, to literally waking up at 6 a.m. like that. Like, you said, from what I remember, was that we were at the Grove, we went from the Grove to your house and hung out with people there or whatever, and then, like, I came on to you. Like, I don't really remember any of that. Like, what do you mean, like, came on to you? What does that mean?
Well, when we were at the Grove, that was the first time you came on to me. That's just where you had your hand on my lap. You know what I mean? You were just telling me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you find me attractive and handsome. And then, you know, obviously, you were just saying some certain things that, you know, caught me off guard. Because that's what I'm saying. I don't know you. And I just,
like,
you know
what?
Like, you were just like, you know, I see myself, you know, attracted to you. And I see myself, like, I could be with you. And so at that point, you know, I just don't know if it's just, like,
how do we go from that?
I don't know you like
to
that.
you
And
waking
I don't
up
know
and
where your
talking
level of, like, you know what I'm saying, like, when you're drinking is and how you are naturally. So it's just like, I didn't know what to, like, say to you. And I was just listening to you. And so we were at the bar having drinks. And so, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you had your hand on my lap, you had your hand on my face, you know what I mean? Once you were saying, like, just nice things, you know what I'm saying? Like, we started making out at the bar, you know what I mean? Like, So, that's where everybody saw that. And so what you said versus your actions were just different, and that's what's just where, like, I wasn't trying to do anything to take advantage of you, not trying to, like, listen to what you had to say. I value what you have to say. It's just your actions spoke different than what you said to me.
Well, honestly, what was confusing is no one else says that they saw that.
Well, yeah, Kate, I'm telling you right now, and then you can say it against Corey, but Corey, one thing that Corey said about Caitlin is, like, she always goes both ways. So Caitlin saw it because she told me, and I'm telling you because she told it to me.
Okay.
And Corey said that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, Carson and Nitchie, like, I honestly didn't talk to them about that because, I don't hang around Nitchie like that. That's Carson's, like, homie. Me and Nitchie are cool. He comes over all the time when he's here now and he's working. But I'm telling you 100% as a fact, she said it to me, like, yeah, I saw you guys making out. Corey, same thing. He was there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you because I did kiss you and you kissed me. You know what I'm saying? But those are the two people I know for a fact. You know what I'm saying?
So how do we go from that? How do we go from that to sex? That's what I mean.
Because you wanted to come back to the house. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't force you. I didn't serve you drinks. I didn't buy you any drinks. You know what I mean? Corey
I didn't pay for my tab that night.
I know, me either. I paid for my tab at Patty's. When I went over there, I didn't buy any drinks. You know what
Tell
I'm
him
saying?
it asked me if he drove you to the house and
Hold
on. How did you get to the house? Like, did he get you out of the car?
So I didn't
happen?
sit here and buy any drinks there either. And it wasn't like you and I and everybody there were drinking for hours. We were only there. I mean, we were already having a few drinks at Patty's, and we went to the Grove. I don't know.
I know exactly what I drank. I asked.
That's fine, but I'm just saying I didn't serve it to you. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't make you the drink. I didn't serve you the drink. We weren't in a corner secluded.
No, I get that. I'm not saying you put the alcohol down my throat. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
No, I know. I'm just trying to say because of everything you said, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in my position, too, and, like, the stuff that you said. And this is the conversation I wish we had a long time ago before you drug my name to the dirt. You know
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be an asshole. I literally just, like I said before, I remember that conversation about the whole health risk, whatever, the conversation about the contract, all those things. Yes, I remember that. And then I remember going straight from that to waking up like that. Like, what? Okay, so we had sex, I'm assuming you're saying that night, but then what about the 6 a.m.? That's what, like...
Yeah, it happened again. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I told you. I said, I don't know you that well, so I don't know the type of
But if you don't know me that well, why would I wake up with your dick in me?
No, it wasn't just like you woke up and you...
At 6 a.m., I couldn't move. I couldn't lift my head.
Okay. You feel that way, but I'm also trying to tell you what happened. And you told me that night before we went to sleep, you said, I have to wake up in the morning and be there for my kids. That's what you said. And I said, okay, I'll set an alarm for you. And so that's why we got up at 6 a.m. was so you could get up and go to your kids in the morning. Okay? And then when I woke you up, you then came on to me again, and we held each other, and you started kissing me. You know what I mean? It wasn't just like, you know what I mean? You just woke up like that.
But that's my problem. That's the part that I know didn't happen. I know I woke up like I couldn't lift my head. And, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that, if honestly, that's the reason why I was an asshole before, because that's what's confusing me. Like, what was confusing me is other people saying we did something, like we went to your house for the 45 minutes, and then I pulled you away from them. Those same people say that they never saw me at the house, and then I woke up like that, and that's the part that I do remember, is waking up and, like, being like, what are you doing? Like, you said something about, well, you said to wake you up or something like that.
Well, I don't know what to tell you as far as what you feel like you said or what you do, because at that point it's just me and you in the room. And so that's just one of those things where you either, like, trust what you think you felt or you are listening to what I'm saying, because at no point am I trying to take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, I obviously had no intention. It's just your actions were totally different that night, and you were some type of way. I even text you, you know what I mean, to like say, hey, I can't remember exactly what I text you, but I was, you know, saying like, hey, I've heard from you, and I hope you're doing good, you know what I mean? Like, reaching back out to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't doing anything, so I don't know what to tell you as far as what you feel like you said, because you 100% didn't say, what are you doing?
Ask him whether you had sex before 6 a.m. and what happened, because
at 6 a.m. with my alarm
you don't remember that.
You know what I'm saying? And I literally just moved you and rubbed your hair. I was being sweet to you and like, you know what I'm saying, rubbing your head and just, you know what I'm saying, trying to get you to wake up, you know what I mean? Like, you know, just, hey, wake up. And so then that's when, you know what I'm saying, you just grabbed my neck, you know what I mean, like softly, and then we just started kissing and making out. And then we talked for a few minutes, and then, you know what I mean, that's just where it went. It wasn't just like You woke
So you're
up
saying that we had sex before that, and then when you woke me up, I came on to you at 6 a.m.
You came on me both times, all 3 times. That's what I'm saying. Like, I never sat there and came on to you. Like, you came on to me at the bar. You came on to me when we got to the house.
But if we
you came
have
on to me
sex
in the
before
morning.
6
You know what I
a.m.,
mean?
like, what happened?
I like, unless we were, like, already knew each other like that. Like,
Did
I've
you
never
utilize
hung
a
out with you.
condom?
I've never got to go, like, I've just seen you from time to time at the bar and say, hey, you know what I mean? And whatever. So, like, I don't know you like that. So,
Did you use a condom either time? Like, did you use a condom? Did you use a condom, like, that night or in the morning?
Well, I mean, that was your whole issue, is why, you know what I'm saying, you were mad and why I didn't. So I don't really...
I'm confirmed. I don't remember. That's why I'm asking. Like, I'm literally just trying to figure it out so I know in my own head what happened. Because that's like the 6 I don't remember having sex with you before 6 a.m. And I don't remember anything other than literally opening my eyes and I felt like I couldn't lift my head.
I get what you're saying,
and your dick being in me. Like, that's the part that I'm confused. Like, that's literally, honestly, that's the one part that I really just can't wrap my head around, because the rest of it I don't remember. So you could say whatever and I'd probably believe you because I don't fucking know. But that specific part with me waking up at 6 a.m. with your dick in me and me being confused, that's what's fucking up my head. Even if it would have been like, oh, well, maybe you told me this was okay the night before, you probably, I wouldn't even be weird about it. But it was like, you made it seem like I came on to you when I could barely lift my head.
Okay, and I understand what you're saying, but that's not what you did. You might feel like you could, but
Ask him again if you utilize a condom, because that sets it there whether you guys had sex or not. Don't keep being around whatever you felt, whatever you thought.
You could just drive home.
Get him to tell you whether you guys
certain little pieces don't add up to where you think a certain thing happened and a certain thing actually did happen.
That's why you got mad, because
I don't know about you, but if I could barely lift my head at 6 a.m., I don't know how I'm going to drive, 15, 20 minutes later. It's not like you sat in my bed till like 8 a.m. You know what I mean? And got water and I made you breakfast or a latte or anything. You were up by 6 and you were gone out of my house by 6:20.
I remember, because I puked the whole way from my house to drop my kids off in that whole day. I'm just saying, I remember being up and then out quickly. I remember that.
Okay.
I remember.
I don't know what to tell you, girl. I mean, I've already went through with you. I'm sorry you're having a hard time. I've already been through this part before, and this is where it hurts, because all this stuff that, you know what I mean, you've been saying stuff, it's already been,
you guys had sex that you don't remember.
Already been,
don't make
proven,
it, he already
TJ
feels
wanted me to fucking prosecute Megan. You know what I'm saying? Because Megan ended up defriending my ex.
He already feels like
and so I have
you don't want
text
him to get
messages from him where, after everything settled, he was with Megan. TJ and Megan were a thing. They were together. And so now Megan is with TJ's old best friend, Kyle. And so when they separated, he had text messages from her coworkers saying that, no, it was just to help Paige and, the child custody. I went through a nasty divorce. Nasty. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I have messages already from TJ apologizing and saying, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all that stuff, I went through a lot in my life, and none of that stuff is true. All that stuff that happened to the rental property, you know what I'm saying? Everything, obviously, insurance paid for it, but that was all part of, that shit, you know what I'm saying? So, does it look fucking bad? Yeah, it fucking looks bad. That's why it fucking hurt. And if I hadn't went through all that stuff in my past, you know what I'm saying?
Just be I'm sorry you went through all of that. I just care. Right, no, I get that. Just and I'm sorry you went through all of that, but I just want to be able to get some closure, so,
you know what I mean? And so,
explain
you can see,
the details of the
I gave you
first
grace,
time.
and I've already been through it. And I'm sure that, you're dealing with a lot in your own life, let alone how you feel
I said try to get the details from the first time.
But I don't know what to do for you.
Because you don't remember
That's why I sent you the message
so don't make him feel like he's lying.
And it hurts. All those people that think all this stuff about me and everything, it is what it is. I don't hang out with them. Does it hurt? Yeah, but I also have a lot of people on my side, you know what I mean, that know the type of person I am.
I get it, and I wasn't trying to be an asshole. I wasn't trying to, shame you. I wasn't trying to do literally any of that. But that's what I'm telling you. That's what set me off, was the part where I don't remember. And then it's just, I don't remember having sex with you at all prior. Did we have sex once, twice? How many times before 6?
No, it was just once. No, once when we got back from the bar, and then once again when I woke you up.
But like what? That's what
I don't know what you're getting from it.
I just, honestly, all I want right now is to be able to I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to think about it. And I'm hoping that maybe if we can have a conversation to where I understand a little bit better, then I can just let it be. Like, I want to just fucking not feel like that anymore. That's it. So, okay, well, if you can literally just...
Well, I'm with the kiddos right now. If you want to meet up for lunch or something and go and do that, that's fine. We could do that. I don't have a problem trying to help you because, I've never been or felt that way in my entire life. And so, like I said, I've already been through a lot in my life, so it is what it is. It doesn't, I'm not saying it doesn't bother me because it fucking does. It hurts a lot. It really fucking hurt a lot. And I normally would have fucking probably cried.
Was it in the bed?
But
in the
because of my whole fucking divorce and everything I went with TJ and fucking Megan and all that shit, like, I built up a wall. So it's just like, I don't mind trying to help you, you know what I mean? But I'm just going to be completely honest, you know what I mean? Like,
honestly, if you can literally just tell me what happened from leaving the bar until waking up at 6 a.m. and let me be able to, like, mentally process that. Because I don't understand. Like, I don't understand.
Well, I can. I have my kids right here, and they're sick and stuff. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind doing that a little bit later. I just can't, like, do it right this second because, like, they're sick and they're hanging out right here. So I'm trying to keep everything, like...
Can I just, call you later?
Yeah, just call me later. They've been sick all day, so just, like, anytime after, like, 7:30, you can just give me a call.
Okay.
Because they'll have a lot of energy and everything, so it'll be fine. So just anytime after 7:30, just give me a call.
Okay.
Right? Like I said, you live in my same fucking neighborhood. You want to meet me in the driveway and talk, so you can see my fucking face. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to hurt you, girl. I'm really not. You know what I mean? I never
It really does hurt my fucking feelings. And I wish you would just not make me feel crazy.
I'm not trying to make you feel crazy. And I'm sorry that I don't know what to tell you other than,
thank you,
know what I'm saying, what happened.
So
and if you
I'll call you later.
Don't feel that way, then you don't feel that way. I'm not trying to persuade you.
I am not asking for you to persuade me. Honestly, I want you to tell me the truth. Like, that's literally all I'm asking.
That's all I'm doing. I'm not saying I'm trying to persuade you, or I'm not trying. All I'm trying to say is, if you really want to hear me, then just hear me. You know, two people can see the same fucking fight, and they'll have a different version. You see what I'm saying?
I get
but
it.
If you're really trying to have closure, you know what I mean, and you really don't remember, but bits and pieces, then you're either gonna, like, listen to me or not, and that's all I can do. Like, obviously, like, it hurts me to have to go through all this shit. And I still don't mind helping you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just like, the damage has already been done towards me.
It's already been done towards me, too. Whether it was your intent to do it or not, it still is the way that it felt for me.
I'm sorry you feel that way. No damage would have been done if you could have just had this conversation a long time ago with me. We could have just literally hashed this out and figured it out, and my name wouldn't have been, like, drugged through the dirt like that.
Honestly, it's the same people telling me that, you telling me certain things, and then other people telling me that didn't happen, and me not remembering, and then literally just going from being at the bar to waking up to your dick and me. Like, that was really fucking weird for me. I don't black out like that. I'm not used to that. Like, I can drink. I've literally since then have drank probably 3 times that just to prove that I could, because Corey made me feel like I couldn't hold my liquor. Like, just to prove it to myself that I'm not fucking crazy.
No, him and I have been around a few people for a little while, and, honestly, I've never drank Rumpy until I met Corey, and I'm telling you right now, girl, on my children's life, I have seen more people, like, get fucked up super quick on Rumpies than anybody, you know what I mean? Like, it just is, and maybe you just can't, and, that doesn't mean you can't drink, it just means that people can't handle fucking Goldschlager versus tequila versus whatever, and these are the facts of the story, because I didn't serve you. I didn't slip you anything. We were in a social setting. Regardless of how you feel, you came on to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry.
Like, I went to the bathroom away from my drink. I don't know. The story's not aligning correctly.
Yeah, and like I said, they might not. They might differentiate because it's just like the whole thing back in the day when you were a little
That's
kid.
Why I want to hear from you because I don't remember what happened.
And you whisper to the whole class by the time it gets to the end, it's a whole different scenario.
So you just keep talking about
there's going to be very small variables. There is.
But that's why I wanted to talk to you instead of other people at this point, because I'm over it. Like, I want to feel better about it, and just, that's why I would rather speak to you than someone else and just get the closure from you, because it's not really going to come from anywhere else. But if it's better for me to call you at 7:30, I can do that, so that, gives me a minute to, breathe a second anyway. and kind of process what we've already talked about and kind of.
If you're available, you know, from here to then, the kids are taking a nap or whatever, like, I'll text you, and if you're available, you can just call me. I just said 7:30 because I know they've been sick and they'll probably go to bed a little bit earlier.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's fine. But I'll text you if they take a nap, and if you're available, call me and stuff. But, I mean, I'm trying to fucking, you know, I don't want you to feel this way. And obviously, you know, I know my truth, you know what I'm saying? And that's all I can do is know my truth.
Okay.
You know, so
thank you for talking to me about it.
Yeah, no problem. I don't want you to feel that way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you've been feeling that way. And, you know, hopefully after this, you know what I'm saying, you can feel better and you can move on with your life and it's not, you know, something that's burdening you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I'll text you as soon as I'm able to speak a little bit.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Okay.
This recorded phone call concluded at 14:30 hours.